Go. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? It is the only sports podcast. That's right, the only sports podcast. I'm Will. That's Casino over there. How we doing today, Casino?
I'm here. I'm doing okay, I guess. To be determined.
Yeah, we missed last week. We just had to take a little break in the middle of the season, reconnect, take some rest, figure out some stuff, and now we're back. Also, I don't know how the system we use is StreamYard, so they did a new feature where you can simultaneously do the regular version you always see on YouTube. This is just for the video people. The simultaneous one you see on YouTube and Rumble and Twitch, where we're just regular on screen, but we're also doing the elongated version you would only see on YouTube Shorts. It says it's doing both versions on YouTube right now, so I don't know how it's doing that, but this is the first time we're using it. So whichever version you're watching, thanks for watching. How's your week been, Casino, since we've been off?
Eh, hectic, lot going on. Yeah. You kind of know. It's got a lot going on right now. Just trying to get some things figured out. But doing okay.
Yeah, I was pretty much sick the entire week, so it was a great week for both of us. But let's not talk about that. Let's instead talk about Week 10 in the NFL, Casino, and we did our picks off camera, obviously, because we didn't have a show last week. But as far as picks go, we tied this week until we look and debate which game was the best game and the worst game, and which one was the blowout of the week. So the picks as it stands right now, we do have different Monday night games. So Casino has the Eagles. I'm doing Packers for the reverse jinx, obviously. And then as far as going into this week, we were tied, or no, you were ahead by
Like two.
two. So you were at 72. I was at 70. This week, I just finished doing it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You are sitting currently at 9. I am currently sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But we have to decide right now. The biggest blowout of the week is the easiest to decide was who. It looks like it was either Lions Commanders or Cardinals Seahawks. Both those games ended
Didn't
40.
you picked Lions Commanders, I think, for that, right?
I did. Boom, another point. And then, okay, now here's the debate. Best game you said was Rams 49ers. Obviously, that was not one of the best games. But
No.
my best game I picked was Patriots Bucks. You watched that game. Was that a good game?
I mean, eh,
Or, but see, I think best game would have to be Falcons Colts,
it was
right?
Falcons Colts. So we were both wrong.
Yeah, and then your upset pick was the Steelers, which
Didn't
obviously did
happen.
not happen. My upset pick was the Texans, which did happen. And then the worst game, you said Browns Jets, which I do not think that was the worst game.
No.
I said it was Panthers Saints, which I think is the worst game of the weekend.
Broncos Raiders?
Was a worst game? Oh no, you're right. That is the worst game.
That was
Uh
horrible.
Okay, so after that total,
So
Casino
it's do
still has
we
one,
do,
2, 3,
do
4,
I
5,
give you it's
6, 7.
do we give you the blowout? I mean, it's a tie. It's a tie. We
No,
never had
we've always given people blowouts if it's tie.
okay,
That's how we've
sure.
done it.
I'm sure.
So 1, 2,
How
3,
we've always
4,
done
5,
it, like,
6, 7,
now.
8, 9, 10, 11. So I won the week 11-9. Oh no, wait, no, I didn't. So it comes down to if Eagles win tonight, I won the week by 1. If Packers win tonight, I mean they won't, but I'll win the game. I'll win the week by 3. So we'll let you know on Wednesday on that show how the picks go. But there are our picks for this week, Casino. Let's first just dive into the games and start with your team. And I'll ask you this simple question. Are the Patriots the best team in the NFL?
No, they're not the best team in the NFL. Are they a good team, and do they have a potential? Do I think they've made the Super Bowl bubble? Yes. And I say that, yes, I know they've had easier schedule this year, but they're getting it done. Going into Buffalo, winning. I don't care that Buffalo just lost to Miami. They're down 5 of their starting defensive players. Apparently, Allen was not feeling great. Regardless, things happen on a week to week basis, right? But then going into the Bucks, who are leading that division and taking care of business on the road there, this team is getting better and better every week, and I love it. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, the Falcons or the Bucks, they were missing some players." Well, guess what? So were the Patriots. So, like, everybody's hurt. It is what it is, but you still got to play with the team you have. And having a top 5 defense, which they have, and then having a good offense and the front runner currently for MVP, not me just saying that, that's actually the odds with Drake May.
That's crazy.
This
That's
team,
crazy.
this team, are they the best team in the league? No, I'm not going to say they are. I think the Rams are currently the best team in the league. I think Rams Seahawks, I think that right there is going to see who represents coming out of the NFC.
Rams Seahawks.
I do. I like that. I know the Eagles are looking good as well. I have them high up. I know the Lions are doing well, but man, I really like what the Seahawks are doing. I really like what the Rams are doing. So, no, I don't have the Patriots as the best team in the league, but they do need to be in the conversation of, they can turn heads, right?
Hmm.
They could go far in the playoffs. They've shown they can beat Buffalo. They've shown they could beat top division leaders on the road. So that's impressive. Um, yeah, top 5 defense, good offense, quarterback is running up for MVP. They have a shot. Well, do I think they're going to make the Super Bowl? No. Would I love it and be crazy enthusiastic about it? Yes. Um, but right now, I mean, they're sitting the 3rd seed. Like,
Yeah.
this is pretty crazy. 3rd
Well,
seed, and they were very close to, I mean, Broncos barely beat the Raiders, right? And the Colts had to go to OT. There was a very good chance that the Patriots, they were almost the best team, best record in football
yeah.
after this week, which is insane. I know they don't have their bye until weeks 14, but still, I'm very high on them. They look good. Drake May just gets better every game. I know that he had a kind of a rough time in this downpouring rain, but he was able to kind of dial it in as the game went on. And that is just experience, right? That just takes time. And it's insane how quick he absorbs knowledge and figures things out on the fly. So that's what I'm impressed at, right? That's why a few weeks ago, whatever it was, I was comparing him to the all-time greats, which they are now showing statistics of, right? They are showing statistics on all the sports shows. They are showing he is hitting the marks that Brady, Rogers, Manning, and all of them hit through his first 2 years. Um, I don't give a shit about those stats. I'm doing the eye test on it and watching him week to week improve. And when things aren't going so well at the beginning of the game, like this game, he got better as the game went on. He figured it out. I'm all for it. Like I,
Yeah.
so impressed with what this kid is doing. Um, yeah, I couldn't be happier. Couldn't be happier, man.
Yeah. And well, let's pull.
They're this good and well coached with all these young players. Just imagine 2 to 3 years, say everybody stays, which they have the money to pay them. Like
Yeah.
that's
And
this team could be dangerous. Go for it.
let's take a look at that playoff picture right here, courtesy of NFL.com. I like
Stupid
NFL.com's.
Jaguars.
Well, I like their playoff page because they do the current probability using next gen stats. So if we look, let's first look at the AFC and then we'll switch over to the NFC. In terms of the AFC casino, it shows, like you said, Colts, Broncos, Patriots all tied. Colts, Broncos, and then Patriots is how the seeding would work, just based on, I'm guessing, strength of schedule, common opponent, blah, 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 blah. So you are right that if your Patriots would have won, the other two, again, Colts went to OT with the Falcons. We'll talk about that game. Broncos were in a 10-7 rock fight against the Raiders on Thursday night, a game we, thank God, don't have to talk about. But then after that, it dips off dramatically. So it goes Steelers, Chargers, Bills, Jaguars, 5-4, 7-3, 6-3, 5-4 are all their records. The one again that you and I are scared of is if you look at the probabilities, this is insane. The Jaguars currently and the Steelers currently, the Steelers playoff probability as the 4 seed right now in the AFC is 39%, meaning that there's 39% chance that right now they think that team makes the playoffs. So that's not looking good. Jaguars is not much better. It's 1% better, 40% current to make the playoffs. Then you go to teams in the bubble. The 8th seed Chiefs have a 65% playoff probability, which again is insane considering they beat nobody this season and they're currently third in their own division. Texans, after that big win against the Jaguars, goes up to 33%. And then the Ravens, as the 10th seed at 4-5, have a 73% chance of making the playoffs.
That's insane. So they did show a thing, like, apparently only 3 other teams have started as bad as the Ravens did this year and ended up making up recently, it was, 2020, I think is what it said, it was with the Commanders, and then the Colts did it in 18. So, like, there's teams that have done it very recently.
Yeah. Well, also again, the thing that, and actually let's switch to them right there. Now we'll cover the AFC and then we'll go back to the NFC to talk about this probability. But when you look at what is it, the Ravens, and this week they beat the Minnesota Vikings 27-19 in Minnesota. I think the thing that, again, we knew when Lamar Jackson came back, he would just be Lamar Jackson, right? Derrick Henry obviously benefited from Lamar Jackson coming back because now there's the risk of, the pass game, which opens up the run game, blah, 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 blah. The thing I think that has been the most night and day difference from when the Ravens were a bad team, everybody thought it was over and they should blow up the team, and now where everybody thinks they're just going to probably win that division, is the Ravens defense has really stepped up since Lamar Jackson came back. And now what? They've held their last 3 opponents to under like 3 touchdowns, to under 21 points.
Yeah,
It's
it's been crazy. So, I mean, and kind of talking on that though. So this was another stat that I saw them post up when they were talking about the Patriots, just talking about scoring high and scoring low, right? Keeping teams. Apparently, the Patriots are on par with like some of the best teams that to do it. Eagles did it last year, where they scored um, over X amount of points. Like it was like 24 per game, like consecutively. And
yeah,
then and then, only allowing 23 or less or whatever. The Patriots are on, like, they're doing that right now. And what happened last year? Eagles won the Super Bowl that year. And every other team that had did it, like that have done it in like the last um, 10 times that it's been done or whatever, as they were showing that, diagram up top. Sorry, little spiraling right now. They did show that those teams either made it to the Super Bowl or, they at least made it to the championship game, right?
yeah.
So, I'm really, really stoked about my team, and, as you were saying with the other teams, like, that is such a big stat. Like, if you obviously, that's the name of the game, right? Don't let them score, and you score more. So, it's so good. Like, these teams are good.
Yeah. And what is it? With the Ravens since October 5th, they have played the Rams. They lost that game, but they held that high-powered Rams offense to 17 points. They held the Bears to 16. They held the Dolphins to 8, and then yesterday they held the Vikings to 19.
Yeah,
So in the last month, they have
got it.
not
You're
allowed a
gonna have
team
to
to.
ramble for a sec while I step aside. It's what I'm
That's the
waiting for.
podcast. That's the podcast. But yeah, so in the last month, the last 4 games of the Ravens season, they have not allowed a team to score more than 20 points, which again, before that, it's like they couldn't stop teams from scoring over 20 points. It was, what is it? Before that, they had 41 from the Bills. They had 17 against the Browns, which again, 17 against the Browns might as well be 40 for other teams. They had 38 against the Lions, 37 against the Chiefs, 44 against the Texans, and it's been a night and day difference. Those first 5 games, they held one team to under 20 points. The last 4 games, they've held teams to all of them under 20 points. So again, the Ravens defensive rankings right now, they are skyrocketing from 32nd in the league up to 27th in the league. So again, just in the span of 4 games to improve that much. Now, again, those numbers are skewed because of how bad their first 4 weeks were. And on paper, their defense is not going to look good. But when you watch the games, you clearly see a night and day difference from what this defense was, before Lamar Jackson got injured. But now that Lamar Jackson is back, they were averaging 35 points with him at quarterback. So now that he is, what is it, the only, oops, now that he is the only one that was kind of the missing piece for this team, it looks like they're going to go on a run. And again, not we're just not the only ones saying it. The probabilities say they currently have a chance to make the playoffs more than the Steelers that are a game and a half ahead of them right now in their own division. So whew. But again, if you're watching the Ravens and you're watching the Steelers last night, we can talk about the Sunday night football game. Nice segue by me. The Chargers win 25-10 in LA against the Pittsburgh Steelers. You're looking at the last month of the season. What have the Steelers done exactly to give you any type of confidence that they are a legit playoff team? Because when Casino gets back here, we will talk about the contenders and pretenders. I think when it comes to the Steelers, they're a pretender. I just don't see how you look at this Steelers team and go, oh, well, their defense isn't good. Their offense, again, has had games like this all season where they just can't move the ball at all. Their defensive rankings is 30th in the league. And their offense, I'm assuming it's not much better. Their offense is 28th in the league. So, yeah, right on the money, not much better. So they have the 28th ranked total offense, the 30th ranked total defense, and again, they're in a division with Lamar Jackson and this Ravens team that averages 35 points a game when Lamar Jackson was healthy in it. So you think they're going to win in a defensive battle against this team that has a better defense when the big Achilles heel for this Ravens team has been how bad their defense is? No. And again, when Aaron Rodgers doesn't have it, which he didn't have it last night, doesn't have it more frequently than he does have it, this is what you get. You get a 25-10 loss like last night. So Rodgers, 16 for 31, 161, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. He got sacked 3 times. But I think if you're a Steelers fan, if you're an Aaron Rodgers fan, the thing that sticks out to you about this game last night, 51% completion percentage. That is the opposite of what you think Aaron Rodgers is. You think Aaron Rodgers, regardless of if he's not as mobile or doesn't have the arm strength or the age or anything, you think the one thing he doesn't do is turn the ball over and not complete a lot of passes. So last night, he turned the ball over, he took dumb sacks, and then he again completed half of his passes. And again, he attempted it 31 times. This is not like a guy who only threw 10 passes and he got 5 of them. This is a guy who did his regular, what we always see from Aaron Rodgers, and just didn't have an Aaron Rodgers type game. Also, their wide receiver room, their running back room, outside of Metcalf, who do they have? Their running back room, they have Warren right now, who would probably be a backup on most squads. It's just, I don't like their offensive line. I don't, their defense, usually a staple in Steelers Nation, is just them having a minimum top 10 defense. They have a bottom 5 defense right now. The Steelers are just kind of unraveling before our eyes. And as the Ravens ascend, like, no wonder the Ravens have a 75% chance to win that division right now. Like, yeah, no shit. Have you watched these two teams the past month? Like, it's the records aside, you would think one team is a lot worse than the other one. And then as far as what is it? As far as the Chargers go, Casino, Last night, 20 for 33, 220 yards, 60% completion percentage, one touchdown. He was sacked 5 times. That did not stop this Chargers team that, again, all these California teams just feel like they are losing guys left and right, picking just random people to fill in those positions and just kind of chugging along. Like it's just crazy. Last night, the leading rusher for the Los Angeles
Yeah,
Chargers
it's crazy.
was this guy named Vidal. So he rushed 25 times, 95 yards and a touchdown. And then you had the receiving core how you want it to be: McConkey, Quentin Johnson, and then Keenan Allen, just as the three leading receivers. So,
Yeah, injuries are an insane thing happening this year because, like, so for instance, the Patriots themselves, this is why I wanted them to kind of go and get somebody and get some depth pieces, but they were down to just Travion Henderson because even the third or fourth string running back that we had, the fourth string, I think, um, he got injured because technically Gibson, he was injured, season-ending injury, and then you have Ramondre that was out, and then so then you have uh, both Travion Henderson and the other guy, and he got hurt, and then Travion almost went down, and it was just like, okay, who do we have next? We're gonna start running our fullback, like
yeah,
what's going
exactly.
on?
Well,
Like
also,
it's crazy, and yet the NFL still wants to make more
at
games.
dude, make more games, do more international games, not even think about getting rid of Thursday. In fact, they're adding Friday games all the time. It's just, it's dumb. But also, last thing on the Patriots is that Henderson, I dropped him from my fantasy team, and then the guy I'm playing this week picked him up and started him. So I got absolutely annihilated this week, and thanks to a guy who did nothing on my team for 9 weeks.
Gotcha.
So,
Did you talk about the Colts Falcons? Did you talk about and give our boy his dues? Talking about sorry,
no, but we can right now because we're
let's
still
get
going
to
through
it.
the AFC. The Colts win 31-25 in OT against the Falcons
Yeah,
in
sorry for the
Berlin,
rough show. Now
Germany.
we're in. Now we're in. Now we're in. Let's go. Locked in.
Daniel Jones, 19 for 26, 255, 73% completion percentage, one touchdown, one interception, sacked 7 times in this game. 7 times. Michael Penix, 12 for 28, 177, completion percentage, 43%, one touchdown, sacked three
And
times.
that's why I feel like the Patriots win last week against the Falcons was good. This Falcons defense, they can rush the passer. They had 6 a week ago against
Yeah.
the Patriots, and then they had 7 now against like this team can get to the quarterback. Like they rush. They are a team that just does full out blitzing all the time. But
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, Daniel Jones, he was able to do pretty good during all of that. But it's Jonathan Taylor, dude. 20 or 32 carries, 244 yards, 3 touchdowns. Oh, and then what does he do also in the air? Where's the receiving on this one? He had 42 in the air.
Yeah.
That
So he
is,
almost had 300
he
yards.
had 286 all purpose yards. That is mind blowing.
Yeah. Also, he is obviously by far running away with the rushing title this week. And also, I believe the leading candidate for MVP who isn't a quarterback.
Correct.
So,
Yeah, so last I saw it was Drake May, he was plus 225. This is when I last saw it. And then it was Mahomes, don't know why, and then Goff at plus 450, and then it was Taylor after that. I don't remember what his odds were, but he was sitting 4th.
and we had
In
Jonathan
my mind, he
Taylor.
should be sitting 3rd because Mahomes fuck him.
Yeah. Jonathan Taylor right now leading the league with 1,139 yards rushing. It's only week 10 and he already has 1,100 yards. That's crazy. The only person close to him is James Cook in Buffalo, and then everybody else is not even to 800. James Cook is the 920. So even Jonathan Taylor has about 219 yards more than the guys in second place behind him, which I will say, the only thing that tainted the record breaking year last year for Saquon Barkley was that the entire year, Derrick Henry was kind of right on his tail. and
Mhm.
kind of just those 2 were just battling to see who could have the most rushing yards in a season. I feel like if what is it? I feel like Jonathan Taylor's getting more love this year than Saquon did last year because he's so far ahead of everybody else behind him. There's not a guy that's kind of right there with him. Because last year you could go, oh, well, Saquon Barkley's on pace to break the record, which he did, not the single season record, but the all time every game record in the season. He
Right.
broke that record, but it was kind of overshadowed by Derrick Henry kind of almost doing the same thing. So Jonathan Taylor stands alone right now because nobody's close to him. Again, next closest guy is 219 yards away from him. That's again for most running backs, that's 2 full games.
Easily
Like
2 full
that's
games. That's 2 good full games.
yeah, exactly. But as far as the Falcons go, Casino, before we talk about the Colts, the Falcons, again, they're I feel like they can officially be a team we stop talking about. Third in the
Yeah,
NFC South, 3.5 games behind the Bucks, even 2.5 games behind the Panthers. Like they're done. They're
they're
the
done. They have one of the best receivers in the league with Drake London. He is absolutely phenomenal, right?
yeah.
He's making all the elite corners pay attention. They have to do their homework. Um, and that pass rush is phenomenal. But besides that, you know, they don't got really anything else. They
Well,
they're
well,
just not
it's
they're go for it.
well, I'm saying they have a top 5 wide receiver in the league. I think Drake London has asserted himself into
I
that
would I would
conversation.
agree.
Same with Bijan Robinson, top 5 running back in the league. Their defense right now is currently top 4 in most categories in total defense. So they have a top 5 defense in the league. The thing that sticks out to them on this team is they do not have a good quarterback.
No.
They have a
Penix is not working out.
no, he just had that great game in week 1 where again in the offseason, my big question mark for this team was, is Michael Penix even good? Everybody assured me he was.
I
After week 1, I was like, maybe he is. Maybe I was wrong.
Well,
And then
I was right about one thing with him though, is I did say that he is an he's accurate and he can get the ball to where it needs to be. He's made Drake London look real good. Drake London has done well, but he just doesn't click as an NFL quarterback, at least not
no.
yet.
His game doesn't appear to translate. This season, he's got 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and a 53.5 QBR. So that's currently 19th in the league. So again, the Falcons feel like they are legitimately a quarterback away, but how many teams can you say that about? How many teams can you just say
Half the
feel
league.
like, yeah, are a quarterback away? That's why I never get the Jalen Hurts like hurt or the Jalen Hurts hate, which is just people who are like, oh, he's a bad quarterback. It's like, all right, get rid of him and get who? There's literally like 10 quarterbacks in the league who are good. Like, who do you get? That like it's that, but again, that's never a conversation. But let's go to another AFC team, and that is we can talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars and Houston Texans. Texans win in a barn burner after coming back and scoring 26 points in the fourth quarter to
Uh,
win 36-29. Thoughts on this one,
I
Casino?
mean, I'm happy that we got our pick right, but
Yeah,
I'm devastated that Jackson lost.
it
Jacksonville
is.
needed to win this because I needed them to have the tiebreak and be a game up on the Chiefs. Just had it.
So let's go back to the playoff thing because, as you can see, after this loss, their probability again is 40%, and the Chiefs are 65%. So they are right there. How many weeks do you think it's going to take before these two switch? Because I'm saying over under 3.
Well, I mean, yes and no. I we've talked about the Chiefs' upcoming schedule and where we think that let me pull it up here.
And I'll pull up the Jags.
Yeah.
So we'll
So
go just next 3 weeks.
yeah, so the Chiefs go into Denver to play. Into Denver,
But
which I
again,
know that Denver had a little rough time there against the Raiders, but again, week to week
I
basis,
am
things
fine.
happen.
I'm fine throwing out every Thursday night game as a means if a team is good or bad
I'm
because
fine with that too.
I don't think Thursday games.
I'm worried about this Thursday. The Patriots play Thursday night football against the Jets. They got a little banged up. I The Jets are coming off a really high win, right? They just feel
Yeah.
good about that. I know they beat the Browns, right? Patriots just beat the Browns, but those returns just that made that team happy, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so Chiefs, they have the Broncos away, so that's going to be tough. Then they have the Colts, Cowboys. You can kind of write them off now, but I don't know. We'll see if the Chiefs defense can stop. Then the Texans, who are on a surge, they feel good about themselves right now. They're saved their season.
Well, also to really save their season, they're a game back of the Chiefs right now. So that's a game where more
Hmm.
than really any of them, they need to beat the Jaguars when they play them again, and then they need to beat the Chiefs. Those are the three teams they're fighting for a playoff spot
Yeah.
with.
Now this is going to get fun here down the stretch, and then yeah, and then after the Texans, Chargers, and then the Titans should be an easy one, right? But then they have the Broncos again, and then
Yeah.
Raiders. But I mean that's not the easiest schedule. One, two. So realistically, one, two, three, four tough games remaining. I say, and I'm putting that where it's the two Bronco games. You have the Colts and the Chargers. Then you have that's just what I'm saying. Those are like the hard. Then you have the Texans who are surging. That's going to be an important one. The Cowboys, they can score all the time, right? I know Dax digressed a little bit, but still, he can score. In division game on the road against the Raiders to finish off the season. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah. Well, then also, when you look at the Jaguars' upcoming schedule, so next Sunday they have the Chargers in Jacksonville, a game that they're going to be underdogs. The Chargers are going to be favored going into that game. But again, that's a very winnable game. Who knows what you get with the Chargers week after week? But then after that, they have Cardinals, Titans
Titans.
twice, Jets, and then there are three games that are must win. They have to at least go 2-1 in these three games. They have the Colts twice and then the Broncos. So in those three games, they have to beat the Colts at least once, and they have to probably beat the Broncos. So that would
Well,
give them
if yeah, yeah.
what,
This is
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That'd give them 11 wins. I feel like that's kind of what you have to get to. Like if Chiefs get to 11 wins, they're going to make the
yeah,
playoffs.
right. That's what I was saying is 10 is if you're at 10, that's where I was hoping the Patriots to be at the beginning of the year, right? 10 and they would be fighting for a playoff spot. 11, I think it comes down to who beat who. 12, you're
Mhm.
in. 11, who beat who. 10, you're crossing your fingers.
Yeah, you're crossing your fingers that everybody else has 10 and you just happen to beat them during the regular season games. Which all these the fun thing this year is in the AFC, those playoff teams like the Ravens, the Texans, the Chiefs, the Jaguars, all those teams play each other. So it will come down to win-loss record against each other, strength of schedule, all
Well,
like
Pitt's gonna
common
no, the
opponents.
Ravens are gonna get in because Pitt's gonna just implode.
Well, I think they've already started to implode. I mean, did you
I
see that
can't
Sunday
believe the
night
Ravens
game?
are gonna come back and they're gonna do this.
They have the
What if
what?
they actually come back and win the whole thing and you and I were right?
That would I mean, what a call. What a call. In the AFC, the Ravens
Then we're
currently
just gonna have to
sit
delete every episode where we said that the
they were
Ravens weren't
gone,
gonna they were
and I
gone.
took them out of the Super Bowl bubble. But, right now, the Ravens currently sit at 10th in the AFC. They have higher, playoff probability odds than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have the sixth highest odds in the AFC to make the playoffs, and they currently sit at the 10th spot. And that is crazy. But to continue with this game, the Texans again, their defense is legit, and Davis Mills. I'll tell you what, I don't know how this guy isn't starting in the league. Every time I feel like he starts, he kind of looks good. I
Yeah.
watched
I
most
mean,
of this
I'd
game.
much
He
rather
looked
put
like
I'd put him on a lot of different teams, man.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're the what is it? I'd rather have him on the Saints or the Panthers from what I've seen from Bryce Young this season. If
Mhm.
he was on the Falcons, I think they would be probably like a 5-5, 6-win team right now. Like,
Yeah.
he looks good. He looks better than Penix. Same with you'd probably rather have him in Miami than Tua. Probably on the Browns over Gabriel, the Jets over Fields. Like, there's a handful of teams right now that
It's
again,
crazy that those quarterbacks you're naming are actually starting quarterbacks still.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Well, also the trade deadline passed this last week when we were off, but again, I can't believe the amount of teams that are kind of right on the bubble and none of them traded for any quarterbacks. That just seems weird to me, especially after seeing what Flacco's done with the Bengals. No other team in that mix we just talked about
I'm
just
actually
thought,
nervous for the Patriots to play the Bengals.
dude, that's what I'm saying. Like
Flacco's flinging it, bro.
like, how was none of these teams calling for quarterbacks and just being like, "Hey, we're kind of right on the bubble. Like, you want to give us your backup, who we actually think's pretty good for like a fifth round pick?" Who's saying no to that? Most of these teams are just like, "Yeah, we're never gonna use our backup. Like, who cares?" But like, how did the Commanders not make a call for one quarterback? How?
I don't know. I mean, Jaden Daniels, he's the guy, but dude, he is hurt, man.
Well,
He needs to just go and like I don't know, get in the back to tank or something.
the
Talking
thing
about
with
let's go Star Wars. I've been watching a lot.
well, the thing with what is it, Jaden Daniels coming out of college was, oh yeah, this guy is really skinny. Like when he starts taking hits, how's
I
that gonna
rem
pan out?
You know what? It's funny you say that. I remember you and I talking about how Washington's doing it again. They had Robert the Griffin III running mobile quarterback, getting got both knees blown out.
Yeah, because he was tiny. He was this
We
tiny,
were
skinny guy.
worried about yeah, Jaden Daniels being the same thing. I get that's what you want, but bro,
Well, it's also just like, yeah, what do you think's going to happen when 350-pound D linemen are just hitting your 175 guy right in the ribs? You think that just over time that's just going to somehow get better? Like
no.
it doesn't. But let's keep going through the
Yeah, we're way
AFC.
off on our normal
Ta
trajectory here.
yeah. Let's go over to the last AFC game, I believe, which is the Dolphins winning 30-13 against the Buffalo Bills.
Bro.
Uh, the Buffalo Bills, the new tush push team, the team that just runs the tush push 5 times per game, every single game, even though Sean McDermott during the offseason talked about what a dangerous play it was and how it should be banned. So if it's such a dangerous play and it should be banned, why do you run it more than the team you were bitching about that runs it the most? And also, if you're Josh Allen, who's running the quarterback sneak, aka the tush push, it's just used to get a couple yards. So when you're running 20 yards down the field with the ball still in your hands and you're surrounded by 4 Miami Dolphins players, maybe just go down instead of getting the ball punched out of your hands by 8 hands that are all there that you knew of. So the Josh Allen fumbling on a tush push play when he's trying to make more than just the first down is the irony I love. It was just a chef's kiss. I saw that moment live. I loved it so much. I'm kind of out on the Bills. Just in terms of how annoying not only their fan base has become, but this team has become. Because yeah, just again, they are 6-3. And when we go back to the playoff picture, right now they are six in the league in standings for the AFC. Do you have any faith in this Bills team after the last month they've had?
No,
Because I don't.
I
They
don't. I
with
was joking with my Patriot chat. I just texted him. I was like, so it comes down to the Patriots to stop the Chiefs, right? So that's what's gonna happen.
yeah. And hopefully, like that one, the last championship game they played with Tom Brady, where that guy just stepped off sides, and that's kind of what won them the
Dude,
game. Let's
I
hope
mean,
that
you can't be
it'll be
mad,
full
and, like,
circle.
he didn't step he was fully lined, and you saw the ref. I love that you brought that up because I love watching that play and still hearing all the Chiefs players bitch about it or because he was lined up and you see the lineman. He's staring at him, hand on his flag, like, "I'm waiting. I'm waiting." Like,
Well,
bro.
also the one AFC game we didn't talk about was Browns Jets, and that's how that game ended with the what is it with the Browns jumping off sides in the most Brown way possible on a hard count. The Jets were not going to stop the ball. The Browns guy gets in the neutral zone
Yeah.
infraction, ends the game, and then the Jets offensive line is just like dancing in his face and just like doing Fortnite dances as they win the game. That again, that is the one moment I was like, "Oh man, if I'm Casino, I would be scared to play this team on Thursday night." Like they were hyped
I'm go they were
after
hyped.
they
They're very hyped right now, but they are the Jets and
That's
we
true.
are the Patriots. Even with the Patriots being bad, they are the Jets.
That's true. And now what is it? The Bills had what, a 5, 6 year window that now just feels like they're the Bills again. Like
They
they're
have
what
to
the
if
Bills have always
they
been.
have to figure it out this year. If not, they're done. Like, this is the final year. I don't expect even if they're, like, decent next year, that window is already shut in my mind. Like, this has to be the year. It has to be the year, and if it's not, you the one team that you can't get by is 5-4.
Yeah. Well, also not only that,
You should be
they
licking your chops right now and moving.
we didn't talk we previewed that game but didn't talk about that Chiefs Bills game. That Chiefs Bills game ended up being a one-score game and the Bills gave the Chiefs a shot at the end of it. Why was that game a touchdown game? The Bills dominated the Chiefs the
I have no
entire
idea,
game.
yeah. The
Didn't
Chiefs and
even
that
look
was one of the
close.
worst games Mahomes played in a long time,
I
and
think
he's
statistically that's the worst NFL game he's ever played. And again, he had the ball in his hands with a chance to
so
tie it.
sometimes it just football doesn't make sense. Again, that goes back to the Patriots against the Steelers. I've talked about it many times. They had 5 turnovers. How did they were a touchdown away. They were almost there. Happened last year though, and it actually worked out. Were the Lions, remember? Goff had
Yeah.
5 turnovers and he won. It happens. Those things they happen. Weird
Yeah.
games happen. So
Well,
that was
and
I chalk that up as one of those games where it's like we're kicking their ass.
yeah.
How? What's going
Well,
on here?
also, if the Chiefs would have got the touchdown and that game went into OT, there's no way anybody watching that game is just going, "Oh, the Chiefs are gonna lose this game."
No, they
Like,
would
if
have won
they go to OT, they would have 100% won.
all
But
day.
also, looking at the Bills' schedule right now, Casino, they don't really have they have 2, I think, gimmies left on their schedule. That's it. They play the Bucks, the Texans, the Steelers, the Bengals, the Patriots, the Browns, the Eagles, and the Jets. So out of those
Browns and
games,
Jets.
yeah, you're thinking Browns and Jets. Every other game, again, even the Bengals, with how good the Bengals have looked since Flacco got there, you're not penciling in a Bills automatic
Yeah, because
victory.
that Bills team can't stop they can't stop anything, right?
No,
And
and when James
Flacco's able to move that football. It's
that's
yes, the defense is bad, but guess what? Flacco could probably beat you in a shootout right now, Josh.
well, also, again, the Browns defense is 3rd in the league.
Yeah,
So
and
the
the
Browns
Patriots put up over
defense
30 on them.
yeah,
That's
and
something that people sorry, I'm gonna keep talking about the Patriots because I mean, I can. They're relevant, right? But that was another thing. Everybody keeps talking about, "Oh, the Patriots easy schedule." Well, I'm also like, they they pretty much put it to this defense that is phenomenal. Look what they did against the Falcons. Look what they did against the Browns. Like,
yeah,
they're
those
able
are
to
top 3
score.
defenses. Yeah, both of them. Well, and also the top offenses this year in terms of total yards are just weird teams. Because again, you have the Colts at number 2, so the Colts are kind of the outlier because of how great their offense have been. Outside of that, you have the Bills, you have the Bears, you have the Cowboys, Chargers, Chiefs. None of those offenses, I feel like, are on teams where when you watch them, you're like, "This offense looks good.
Yeah,
This is a good offense."
they're pulling their best James Harden, right? They're just putting
Yeah.
up numbers
It's
and
empty
then
stats. It's empty stats. That's really what it
the only
feels
one
like.
is yeah, the Colts. It's really the Colts because you know what you got with Warren. You know what you got with, uh, Jonathan Taylor. Like, you know
Yeah.
what all those pieces that you have, you know what you got. Those are studs. They're
But
studs.
and with the Bills, it really becomes now this year with James Cook, it's if James Cook doesn't what is it? If he doesn't rush for over 100 yards, they lose. So last year, they have not won a game this year where he has rushed for under 100 yards. This game he rushed for 53 yards and they got blown out. So I think again, when do we start putting all this blame on Josh Allen? He lost 2 fumbles yesterday. He got sacked 3 times. He had an interception. He threw for 306 yards, but he coughed the ball up
I don't
at
think it's
3 crucial moments.
I understand. I don't think it's him. I think it's the wrong play design. I think it's a lot of coaching. Like, I don't think it's Josh Allen. I
Yeah, but I'm
really don't.
saying, at what time do we start putting blame on Josh Allen?
When they
Because
get a new coach and new coaches in there, and then things are still happening the same way. Like, it
okay.
true in my opinion, that's where I'm at with this because he is so good, but, I mean, he can only be, Superman so much, right? He
Well,
can only do
this season, we haven't seen him be Superman much. It's been
no.
James Cook. James Cook's been Superman.
I mean, it's sad, but, like, you've pretty much worn him to his core. You've
Yeah,
worn him down to his core.
yeah, and
He's
he
got nothing
now
left. He needs
now
to
he
either go to a new team and win there, or he has to win this year.
well, I started seeing a lot of Broncos, or not Broncos, a lot of Bills fans TikToks and what is it? X, Twitter slash things. I think most Bills fans right now are in panic mode, like blow up the team reset mode right now, from what I saw. Again, I didn't see one
Keep
positive
Allen and
Bills.
blow up the team. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
And
again, I don't
again,
think it's Allen. Again, you get rid of Allen, who are they gonna pick up? You don't. You
well,
keep
yeah.
Allen. He's your only shining star. I mean, not really. Cook is doing great this year too, but
Well, and they just signed him.
he needs pieces to throw to, dude.
No, I agree. Again, everybody shits on Jalen Hurts because he has weapons. What do all these quarterbacks do without weapons? Nothing. Mahomes has had his worst years statistically without weapons. Josh Allen has his worst years statistically and record wise when he doesn't have weapons. So, again, it's a team sport for a reason. There's not a quarterback out there that can win multiple Super Bowls, go to multiple Super Bowls without weapons. It just does not
I mean,
happen, and
I
everybody
mean,
acts like it does.
I mean, I mean, there was a quarterback that did it. So
Tom Brady?
yeah,
Yeah, but again, with Tom Brady, it was he never played a game he never played a season where he didn't have a top 10 defense.
yeah,
So,
fine.
yeah,
But yeah,
well, it's
I
a
mean,
team sport.
I'm just saying about who to throw to. I mean, yeah, he had obviously Gronk and a couple other players, but he
Yeah, he
made
just
those
had the
players.
best tight end in the history of the
Yeah,
NFL.
but he made other
So
players better, and then when they would go to any other organization and they got paid, right, to go, and it was like, "Oh, you're amazing." Their production plummeted. So
yeah.
just saying, just throwing that out there. Just there's your quarterback that has. Also, there's
Um,
also another quarterback in New England right now that's kinda doing the same thing with a bunch of nobodies.
yeah, Stephon
He's
Diggs. Well, did you also hear that Stephon Diggs, doesn't he currently I don't know if this is true or not, isn't he currently knocked up 4 separate women at the same
at the
time?
same time, yes. I heard that
That
too. I don't know if it's real. My wife said that, so I don't know what she's getting,
You
but
know what?
that's
That's so
funny.
funny. My wife also said that to me. So, like, the only thing the only thing our wives know about
I will
football
say,
is
I mean, just to touch on Diggs, man, does he really wanna play for New England? He
he's
his
again, everybody said
it
he's always a great team player.
dude, he has
He's
sparked
great.
so much. And the moment I know that he's been playing well, but the moment I knew Stephon Diggs was all in with Vrabel and was ready for this team was did you see the hit on the onside kick that he took?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, he would
He got
never have done that. He would have never done that if he was on any of his previous teams. He was just like, "Got it. I will jump up. I know I'm about to take." That was a beautiful onside kick that popped up right where it needed to. Diggs was like, "I'm about to get leveled. This is gonna hurt," and he got destroyed.
yeah. And also, I cannot confirm, how many kids he has on the way. I do know
Did you
that
s
he
did you
that
see that Cardi B, though, was in, the press box or not the press box, the owner's box a couple
yeah.
2 games ago? That was funny.
Well, also, I would gladly take Cardi B over, Taylor Swift. Gladly, like, gladly.
Mm.
If she just becomes the new Taylor Swift of the NFL, I'd gladly take that. But now let's move over to the NFC casino. A lot of games we're not gonna spend a lot of time
As
out.
a person, I would take Cardi B. Music-wise, I'm not a big fan of Cardi B's
Well,
music,
neither of them. I'm not
but I'm
listening to either of their music. I'm
yeah,
just
I
saying
that's fair, but yeah, you're right, but I'd much rather probably hang out with Cardi B than Taylor
Taylor
Swift.
Swift. Oh, yeah.
At least Cardi B would be real, right?
Yeah,
She would
she
be a
looks
real
fun.
she would be a real person to hang out with.
Yeah, Taylor Swift always looks and acts like just like a mannequin.
Yeah,
Just she
fake
looks
as
boring.
hell.
She looks
Yeah.
boring to hang out with. Cardi B would be fun.
Yeah.
She'd be fun. Former stripper, didn't she say she used to steal, like, dudes' credit cards and charge a bunch of money? You're doing that, you hang out with her, she does that, that's fun. That's fun stuff.
I love the joke. It was just like everybody was like, "So what's the over under on her giving Kraft a hand job?" While she was in there. I mean, he was very happy. He
I
was a
mean,
happy looking dude with her hanging
uh,
out.
he looked a lot happier with her next to him than with Dave Portnoy next to him.
Oh, he was
So,
so annoyed. He was so annoyed last game.
I'll tell you, that guy seems like the most annoying guy to hang out with, especially at
He
a
just seems
sporting
like that
game.
he just seems like that bro, right? That
Yeah,
bro that you just wanna punch
frat.
in the face. I know
Uh,
I would have probably had a good time with him because obviously it's Boston sports fans,
yeah.
but
Ugh,
like,
I
if
can't. I
I was a
couldn't.
fan of any other team and I was around him, I would just wanna just punch him in his face.
But let's move.
I don't need another one of those. I have you.
Exactly. And I'm not obnoxious during Eagles games that much because I don't taunt. I'm
No,
not a taunt
you don't
guy.
even talk or like, you're
I'm
literally
just
just
locked
we have
in.
pictures of videos of you just, "Hmm, huh,
Yeah, I'm just
huh."
freaking out.
You're
I
this,
don't
exactly, it's
uh,
this. It's where
yeah,
you're doing this with your hands.
I'm not a taunt guy. I don't like taunting, especially when my team's playing your team. Like, I just don't I'm not there for it.
Yeah,
I just
you
get
and I only had there
nervous,
was one time where you and I had an issue, right? And that was the Super Bowl, and I was
which that
just
makes
like
sense. It's the Super
and I
Bowl.
but right, and all I was just like, I was upset with you for a minute because you wanted to talk about it. I'm like, "I'm just not ready. I'm upset. I no, this shouldn't have happened this way. Tom Brady crushed it and this." And then you were just like, "Dude, stop being like an idiot. Like, just you're being an asshole." And I'm like, "No, I'm not." La, la, la. And then just like a few days went by and I hit you up and I was like, "Yeah, I was just mad. I'm sorry." And you were
Yeah.
just like, "I get
But
it." But
again
you're
but
like, "I get
again,
it." And then we
well
were good.
also, if I just had, like, a diehard Chiefs fan that after that Eagles Super Bowl was just like, I mean, come on, it was a hold, like, you know that. I would be like, "Dude,
Oh, yeah.
go die."
I
Like
remember talking to you on that, but, like, I was at a gas station, like, going somewhere afterwards, and I couldn't. I was just like, I was done with you. I was done.
Yeah. Well, then, because then
Just
after that
screaming at you over the phone at a gas station.
yeah, and it was like that one touchdown actually wasn't a touchdown because he got both feet in. So it's like that thing where afterwards you're just like, "No, it wasn't," and then you just kinda, like, are in the heat of the moment. But
And this is why I say I laugh at sad fans, like, sad, angry
because
fans,
you
like,
can
make
relate.
I
'Cause you
can
can
relate,
relate.
and then, I look back at it and I'm like, "Bro, come on."
I if I was a Blue Jays fan, like, yeah, I'd be devastated. Devastated. We didn't get to talk about the World Series. We probably won't until next baseball
I think we
season,
did.
but
We did.
no, we haven't done a show since game 7. We haven't done a show since then. The game 7 happened on, what is it? Happened on a Thursday. No, it happened on a Friday. Happened on a Friday, so we would have had to talk about it on a Monday show. We last week, but yeah, that was one of the best World Series I've ever seen in my life with just a heartbreaking ending. That was the double
Gross.
play to end it. Ugh. But we're not here to talk about baseball. Let's move over to the NFC
We're not
casino.
here to really talk about anything. We're kind of all over the place today.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens when we lose a week. There you go. But let's put up the playoff thing. Now let's talk about the NFC.
An hour in. Oh, yeah, this has been a very unstructured show.
That's what I'm saying. We're just all over the place, but the people love it. So
Do
what I
they?
think they love it. What I think is interesting about the NFC is if you look at what is it, the
God, is this 10
current
years ago?
dude, that's
Is
what I'm
this
saying. The playoff probability right now, I think the Eagles is the funniest. If they lose tonight's game, they're at a 96. They're currently at a 98. If they win tonight, they're at a 99. So win, lose, tie, whatever, they're locked in pretty much to be in the playoffs. The Seahawks also locked in at a 93% probability. The Packers, I think, are the most interesting because if
does New England say 85 or 95?
95. So
Damn.
currently, right now, the Eagles, who are second in the NFC, have the highest probability, playoff probability.
Yeah,
And
in their division, and then Patriots actually have the highest in theirs, so it's just funny.
yeah, so it could, I mean, again, this could very easily be an Eagles Patriots Super Bowl again. That would that might tear the show apart. That might be, that might go
We
crazy.
might where
Ha
is it at this year?
San Francisco.
It's in San Fran?
Yeah, it's right here. San Francisco, Bay Area.
Well, we might have to do some live shows out there.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Even if we
Let
don't go to the Super Bowl, we might have to do it. No, can't do that. If the Patriots make the Super Bowl, I have to go to my brother's house, and there are certain people that have to fly in. Palma, you are one, you know it. Um, uh, every time that he's been at the house for Patriots Super Bowl, we've won. Every time he hasn't, we've lost. He
Yeah.
went to that Super Bowl, the Eagles Super Bowl.
Well, thank him so much. Then he's invited to. I'll buy his ticket to San Francisco now. But so when we talk about the NFC again, the Packers, if they lose tonight, 71% chance. They currently have a 78% chance. If they win, it jumps all the way up to 86%. Again, they're most likely going to make the playoffs regardless. But the Lions are just again at 86%. So really for those two, they're both making the playoffs. It just becomes seeding. So are they going to be potentially the fourth seed because Buccaneers are right there at 6-3, but it's the difference between a home playoff game and having to go on the road the entire playoffs. Outside of those or outside of those three teams, it's Bucks with an 89% chance, Rams with a 98% chance. So they're actually the second highest behind the Eagles. And then the Lions at 86%. And then that last playoff spot, the Bears currently occupy it with a 38% chance playoff probability, with only the real contender in the NFC being the 49ers, who currently have a
I
74%.
still just can't get behind the Niners, man.
Well, I was gonna ask you this question if we had more time, but because we've just said F it, I'm just gonna ask it regardless.
Yeah.
Of all these teams in the AFC and NFC right now, how many of them do you legitimately trust? And we're just going through them right now. Do you trust the Colts in the
Yes.
playoffs to win 3 games and win the Super Bowl?
Yes.
See, I don't. I
I do.
don't trust them. I would say I don't trust the Broncos.
I tr
Broncos,
Come on, dude.
but again, you're thinking to win 2 games and then go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. You
Yes.
would
Can I see
trust
it? Yes.
as your quarterback right now, you would trust Daniel Jones and Bo Nix to hold the Super Bowl trophy on live TV, and you see that image of them holding it. Last year, we said we
Defense
couldn't.
wins championships. Broncos defense, they've already came out and they said they gotta do what they gotta do. Like,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, this
I
they
don't with either
can.
of those teams. I think
Okay.
again, they're in the Super Bowl bubble. I just can't see them winning it. Your Patriots,
Yes.
again, you're gonna say yes. I'm
I
gonna say
I
no.
top 5 decent defense, and yeah, their running game is still getting figured out, but he is the most efficient quarterback. He is a, right passing efficient quarterback, right? He makes the big plays. He's got the arm downfield. He's probably the best deep ball thrower in the league currently. I mean, I truly do think that. And yeah, he's currently up there for MVP. So can I see the Patriots doing it? Yes.
So see, you're yes on all three. I'm no on all three. And then Steelers, Chargers,
No.
Bills, Jaguars. I'm out on all four of those.
No, 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 no. Yes.
Yeah, out on and then on the bubble, Chiefs,
Because I can't
Ravens.
trust it. I just can't trust the Bills defense. Josh Allen, great. Bills defense, can't trust. I could trust the Patriots defense. And I know that the Colts defense isn't that great. However, they do have the best running back in the league. Daniel Jones, he can throw. They can be explosive when they need to, right? They are the highest scoring offense. So they could do enough offensively to get it done.
And then we have the on the bubble teams, which are Chiefs, Texans, Ravens. I feel like you obviously have to trust the Chiefs because we've seen it
Chiefs,
every year.
Chiefs, yes. Ravens, no. Texans, no.
Yeah. I honestly in the AFC, it's really for me, it would probably be Chiefs, Ravens, Colts. Those would be the three, and I really don't trust the Ravens or the Colts again. And then the NFC Seahawks, I feel like you have to just say no because of Sam Darnold. We saw this exact same season from Sam Darnold last year, and then his first playoff game, he melted down. So until you see it, I can't
And
say yes to the
if he has
Seahawks.
the if his first I'm right there with you. If his first playoff game is legit, go.
Then yeah.
Then I'm a
Well,
yes.
again, the Seahawks won yesterday in a blowout, and he was awful in that game.
Re-ask me
He
this
was
yeah,
bad.
re-ask, but that defense, dude, like,
That's
so
what I'm saying.
re-ask me that question after they play the Rams, because out of the Rams, yes.
Mhm. Well, that's what I would say. In the NFC, I think it's Rams and Eagles for me. Everybody else, I would say no. I think Bucks, I really think those injuries are catching up to them
Yeah, yeah.
because
No,
they do
it
not look
for
the same.
NFC for me, yeah, NFC for me, it's Eagles Rams are a yes, Seattle's a yes, if I can trust Sam Darnold, which, I mean, if he goes and he plays a great game against the Rams, yes.
That's yeah.
Then I'm in a
And
yes, because San Fran, no. Tampa, no. Two injuries. Um, Green Bay, Detroit, Chicago, I just can't trust any of them. Yeah, I know
no. I would
Detroit's
say
good, but no.
I'd probably say for me it's Eagles, Rams, Lions. Lions would probably be a distant third, and then I don't trust the Packers at all. I don't trust the Bucks
So
at
let me tell
all.
you, if
I don't trust
Seahawks
the
come
Bears
out
at
and
all.
Sam Darnold absolutely slays the Rams, even in a loss, but he looks good. What
Oh,
do you think?
then I would fully put them as the third option in the NFC where I would be
Yeah.
like, yeah, they're legit. Because again, their defense right now, the Seahawks total defense is 11th, but again, they look better than the 11th
The
defense.
Rams look so good, dude.
The Rams currently right now the 10th defense. So again, it's going to be two teams that have top 10 offenses, top 10 defenses just going head to head in that division. Rams have the 7th offense, Seahawks have the ninth offense. So these two teams are basically identical to each other. And again, if you look at the playoff picture, the difference right now between where the Rams and the Seahawks are is one is first in the league, one is fifth. So this feels like the NFC North of last year, where it was just like they have three teams that are going to get into the playoffs because 49ers are going to somehow sneak into the playoffs. I think everybody's going to be licking their chops to either play the Bears or the 49ers in the first round of the playoffs, whoever gets into it. But outside of that, like, I think in that group, I think I would want to play the Packers next. And that is fully me being fully aware the Eagles play them in about 3 hours and they could easily lose that game in Green Bay. But I don't trust Jordan Love in the playoffs. I don't trust what I've seen from this pretty much identical Packers team the past 3 years in the playoffs,
You
where
wanna know what's really great? Is we really don't have to talk about any of the NFC games because they were all
they
the
were
exact
all,
same games.
yeah, they were all awful. They were all
It's the
blowouts.
3 teams that we were talking about, Seahawks, Lions, and Rams just throttling everybody else.
Well, the funny thing is, those three teams you just talked about won. The Seahawks and Detroit both won their games 44-22, and then the Rams won their game 42-26. So they all put up 40 bombs against way worse teams than them. Again, the 49ers are good on paper, but they're so injured. They're playing with a backup quarterback. Their defense are pretty much completely new pieces. Like, for them to even be in a position to make the playoffs is a minor miracle. Like, how
Well,
they're 6-4, I have no idea.
the last thing before we move into college for a second, before we get out of here, the Giants. I wanna say, do you think the Giants found their quarterback? Because I do. I think
Yeah.
Jackson Dart is the guy, and I know that's a small sample size, especially, maybe next year he falls off a cliff, but, like, maybe even literally just because he's such a daredevil and he might be like, "Hey, look, I'm at a cliff." Yeah, I don't know.
No, but no, I'll tell you what, that the best game I've seen a quarterback play against this Eagles team in probably the past 2 years was that Thursday night game with
Jackson
Jackson
Dart
Dart.
looks good.
Like, he probably is right there with Stafford as the only quarterback that legitimately looked good against this team for the past 2 years. So,
Yeah, so
but again, he got knocked out with an injury in this game. Who
uh-huh.
knows if they keep him out for
I
a
mean, he's a
couple
little
weeks.
guy.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. We saw this same thing from Jaden Daniels. And then again, when you're that little, when you take these big hits, like, they start adding up pretty quick to where now all of a sudden you're missing one game. Then all of a sudden, the next time you're missing 5 games. Then all of a sudden, you're out for half the season. Then all of a sudden, with Jaden Daniels, like you're out for 4 games, you get in for 2 games, you're now out for 6 more. Like it spirals. It like just keeps snowballing. So again, until the Giants get rid of Brian Dayball, perennial loser, I just don't have any hope for that franchise. But outside of that casino, tonight we have Eagles Packers in Green Bay. You've picked the Packers, or no, you've picked the Eagles. I've picked the Packers for the reverse jinx. We that's all the NFL we have. Let's move over to college football. Where my first question is Indiana will are they legit? Will they win the
They're
national championship?
legit.
They
Dude,
are legit.
they are
That
so
was
good.
a great
And
game.
what solidified it for me, yes, I mean, they almost lost to Penn State, right? Ooh, not good. But what look they did not fear being down. Those
No,
throws and those catches were insane. Like, that catch in the end zone, that is going down as SportsCenter top 1 for the month, bro.
that
That
was
was
a great
because
catch.
his awareness, you saw it when he caught it, he goes in his brain, he's like, "I need to lift up my right foot enough. It's not gonna make it," and it missed the line by, like, this much, by, like, a half an inch, and then he got that left foot down, but the awareness to make sure he knew his right foot was too far, and he lifted it up. You see him lift his knee, but he extends his left foot down. Like,
Yeah.
that was brilliant.
And so let's look at currently right now after this week, what the
That would be the best thing for college football ever,
would be Indiana making it.
winning. If
Oh,
Indiana
winning it.
won the whole thing, that would be the best thing for college football.
I agree. I agree.
Ever.
And
I legitimately think ever, because then what you can say, you can literally go, "Okay, they Indiana winning, that has solidified that the, um, NIL
yep.
works, first off, so everybody can stop bitching about that." NIL works. Is the transfer portal some they still need to fix the regulations on that for me, personally. Like,
Yeah.
leaving like UNLV, again, we're fans of them. They had one starting offensive player and one starting defensive player from the year before.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
that's it.
crazy.
That's
Yeah.
crazy because everybody was just like gone. But we got a lot of players from Florida when the coach came in. But like it's way too much. It's way too much. But Indiana, they look great. If they win this whole thing, it's the best thing for college football by
I
far.
agree.
That means the
Uh,
college football playoffs work. That I mean, it everything works.
well, let's look. So currently on screen right now, we have the college football playoff as of November 4th. So that's obviously not including this past weekend, but
Yeah,
I think this
BYU is knocked out.
well, this is the newest because I believe the new rankings come out every Tuesday night. So as of right now, this is the newest rankings until the next show we have. So as of right now, there will be some of the teams that change, but as far as right now, Ohio State is number 1, Indiana is number 2, Alabama is number 4, and then Texas A&M is number 3. And
Those
out
won't change.
yeah, those won't change. Outside of that, it'll most likely be I just had it up. Where did that go?
Oregon will move up because yeah, that was a good win against Iowa on the road.
Yes, and then it will also be what is it?
And BYU's out.
BYU lost just a heartbreaker. Again, BYU and Utah always just feel like they're in the mix. BYU's at 12, Utah's at 15. They're always just good. They're always in
I
the mix.
hate BYU.
But as far as let's see, you would need the top 12. As far as it sits right now, Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss, Oregon, Texas Tech, Notre Dame, Texas, Oklahoma, and then BYU would probably be number 12. But as we said, they'll probably drop lower. And yeah, I just think again, with Ohio State, it's really going to come down to the last game of the regular season where they have to play Michigan. Every year, what, for the past 7 years, they've lost to Michigan? I don't know if it's been that long, but it feels like they haven't beat Michigan
I don't know the record
forever.
on it.
For Texas A&M, They play Texas last game of the season, so that will decide probably if Texas is in and if Texas A&M gets a first round bye. For Alabama, they still have to play Oklahoma in 2 weeks, or no, they're playing them this week. So if Alabama beats Oklahoma, they are most likely going to be a top 3 seed in these playoffs. And then for Indiana, again, they beat Penn State. They just have Wisconsin and Purdue that they should kill both those teams. So, as far as the top 4, it looks like they're all set. They only really have one legit game on their schedule outside of Indiana. And then it just becomes the hodgepodge of, is this 2 loss team better than this 1 loss team? Is this 1 loss team better than any of the 2 loss teams? And then it becomes,
Yeah, and you just do that with strength of schedule, man.
that's what I think. Strength of schedule, conference record, common opponents. I just think we're gonna kind of get, again, just messy because there's so many 1 and 2 loss teams from what, 9 down. So I really think those last, what is it, probably 4 or 5 spots are just going to be a bloodbath in terms of who gets in, who gets out. We're going to have long segments on Sports Center and all the debate shows about how did this team not make it, but this team did. So be prepared for that.
Licking
But
my chaps.
we got 3 more weeks of college football. I can't believe we're almost done with college football regular season. And NFL, again, we're already halfway through. This sports season's going by super quick. Uh, I think that's it, Casino.
I
I
think
think we
so.
did good. I got to go pick up my kid from the bus stop. So this has been
Yeah,
the
you
only
could
sport.
wait.
This has been the only sports podcast. I'm Will. That's Casino over there. Anything else to say before we get out of here, Casino?
No.
All right. We will see you Wednesday. If something insane happens in Eagles Packers, I'll do a show after this. If Eagles blow them out, I won't do a show. If Eagles get blown out, I will do a show. So that's what I can promise you. If the Eagles win in blowout fashion, we'll see you Wednesday. I'm Will. That's Casino over there. Only Sports Podcast. Adios.